And how you guys doing? This is very important in reference to history of things. In reference to the men that murdered my mother. Look how many cities and states people had traveled from. There was, 5 different cities that these men came from that murdered my mother. Do you know that? The people that was involved in the murder of my mother, those people came, some of them came from Indiana. Some of them came from Washington, didn't they? Where else did they come from? There's like 5 states, somebody had said, or something. Men that are in some organized crime of government. Was there anybody from Texas that was involved in the murder of my mother? Arm hurts. Huh? How many cities and states? And none of these cities and states have arrested any of these men. The people that kidnapped me from California, those people was living in Indiana. I don't know where they're living at now. Does California's courts have the addresses of all the people that was involved in holding me hostage all these years? Do they have the identities and fingerprints of all these criminals and their branches of government they came from? Are the people that murdered my parents, some of them still living in California? You have to know all this information. The Treasury has to know all this information. It is obligatory 100%. My parents weren't criminals. I'm not a criminal. These people threatening my life, threatening my livelihood, threatening my anatomy, them causing physical damage. What made you think, government man, that you didn't owe me compensation? We need a write-up on the information of why the Treasury or the Supreme Court has not issued me money at all from any of the abuses. That's why all the lists, and they're still burning me today. They're still hitting me and abusing me with satellites today. You know that, right? And today is February 11th, 2023. 1:04 p.m. Indianapolis, Indiana time. Why hasn't the courts seen the information about the abuses? Don't claim that I started this, motherfucker. They kidnapped me from my mother and father's mansions, and then these people tried to make up shit. And they've been burning me with satellites, grabbing me, sexually assaulting me. Where's the lawsuit monies in reference to the government agents that sexually assaulted me? Did you cover that up too? You guys hid that information, didn't you? That's why it says nobody has any right touching me. And every time somebody touches me, it has to be on a record. And points of information of people sexually assaulting me or abusing me is lawsuits automatically. Where's the lawsuit monies, government man? Supreme Court judges, where is the lawsuit monies? You might have sent something and then it got stolen in the postal mail. Did you intend for it to get stolen in the postal mail? Are you funneling it back to ghost accounts of your own or something? You getting money under the table? See, my family wealth is larger than any monies that anybody could pay you under the table. My parents was multi-trillionaires. Which one is blocking me from receiving monies? And this needs to be assessed. It needs to be analyzed. What do these people think they were doing for me? Disrupting my life, harassing me, slandering my character, abusing me, causing me injuries, damaging my face and teeth. These people were stealing from me. What do you think Indiana has done for me? Cost me years of my life, and these people have tried to steal my career and history. Nobody has the same career path in life. Not exactly. No, they don't. So Supreme Court and Treasury and news networks, why are people trying to skip over this situation or trying to pretend like it doesn't exist? It's got to be in the media. What's going on with Court TV or CNN? Do they need to open up a new Court TV show just for me about this situation? Then that's what they need to do. If that's what needs to be done. Because I have rights and I own media companies. And the reason that Royal Protocol is in the media is so nobody can steal from me or so nobody can forge documents or misrepresent information as their way of stealing from me or anything. I'm the owner of my mother and father's estates forever. No matter what anybody says, no matter what government man says, no matter what politician man says, you didn't build it, you didn't own it, you didn't create it, you didn't fund it. My parents didn't have no debts. And all you government people holding me hostage, blocking me from my trust funds, blocking me from my lawsuit monies, acting like you're trying to make somebody indebted to you because you didn't follow procedures of law, and I'm still being held hostage. It's been 22 years almost, 23 years almost, right? In reference to April, the month of April, it'd be like, what, 23 years? Plus, they were blocking me from my mother and father's mansions for like 28 years. 29 years or something. So when am I going to receive monies and lawsuits, compensation from the years of abuse? You don't know? Well, you need to check that law book. It tells you if this goes on past a period of time without me receiving compensation, they have to disbar court judges and change venue. Meaning things are not being handled appropriately and I'm still getting abused from satellites. And they're still holding me hostage, blocking me from my identification. Now, what's the identification of the person that's stealing my identification? Do they claim to be me? My DNA is one of a kind. Their DNA wouldn't match. That's why they have forensics. That's why they have DNA tests. So people can't claim to be me or other people. People trying to claim to be the identity of other people, whoever these people are. They need to get arrested, whoever they are. It's a due process. And it's 1:09 p.m., February 11th, 2023.